In the quiet, close-knit town of Delphi, Indiana, two teenage girls vanished during a simple hike along a familiar trail. What followed was the beginning of one of the most gripping true crime mysteries in recent history. The haunting image of an unidentified man and the eerie voice recording telling the girls, "Down the hill," would baffle investigators and haunt the public for years. With the suspect finally in custody, the twists, shocking revelations, and unanswered questions continue to send chills down the spines of all who hear about the case. This is the story of a small town's search for justice, a nation's obsession with the mystery, and the chilling possibility that the real truth may still be hiding in the shadows. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. Delphi, Indiana, is the kind of town where everyone knows each other, where children play in the streets and neighbors chat over fences. It's a place where crime is rare and tragedies are almost unheard of. But in February 2017, this idyllic sense of safety was shattered, leaving the entire town reeling from a horror no one could have imagined. Libby German and Abby Williams, best friends who did everything together, set out for an adventure on a cold but clear afternoon on February 13, 2017. School was out for the day, and the girls had planned a trip to the Monon High Bridge Trail, a favorite local spot known for its scenic views and historic, yet rickety, bridge that spanned across Deer Creek. The girls were full of energy and excitement as they embarked on what should have been an uneventful hike. Libby, like many teens, had her phone out, snapping pictures and recording videos. It was an ordinary day that would soon spiral into an unimaginable nightmare. As the hours passed and the girls failed to return to the pickup spot, their families' worry quickly turned into panic. They knew the girls wouldn't just run off. They were responsible and always kept in touch. Search parties were immediately organized, with volunteers, law enforcement, and family members scouring the woods and trails as night began to fall. Every second that passed heightened the tension, but no one was prepared for the grim discovery that awaited them the next day.
We have found two bodies about a mile east of town. We are investigating this as a crime scene. We suspect foul play.
On February 14, 2017, the lifeless bodies of Libby and Abby were found near the creek, not far from where they had been hiking. Delphi was never going to be the same. The shock and devastation rippled through the community, a town unaccustomed to such heinous crimes. Parents clutched their children closer, and the town fell into a state of mourning. Yet, amidst the sorrow, a mystery was beginning to unfold, a mystery that would captivate the nation. As investigators combed through the scene, they found something that would change the trajectory of the case. Libby's phone had recorded more than just happy moments on the trail. It captured a critical clue. There was an image of a man, grainy and obscured, walking towards the girls on the Monon High Bridge. He was dressed in a blue jacket, his head covered by a cap, his face shadowed. But there was something unsettling about his presence. Even more chilling was the brief audio clip Libby had managed to record. In a gruff voice, the man could be heard saying, "Down the hill." It was a command, not a request. This simple, sinister phrase sent shockwaves through the investigators and the public. Who was this man? Why had Libby and Abby recorded him? And most terrifying of all, what happened after they obeyed his orders? The police quickly released both the photograph and the audio recording to the public. The image of the man on the bridge, paired with his voice, became the focal point of a massive manhunt. Tips flooded in from across the country as thousands of amateur sleuths and armchair detectives took to social media to try and identify the man. The small town of Delphi suddenly became the center of a national obsession. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. Weeks passed, then months, with no arrests. Investigators worked tirelessly, following every lead, interviewing countless suspects, and even releasing sketches of potential suspects. The first sketch depicted a man with sharp features and a clean-shaven face, while a later sketch showed a different-looking man with facial hair and more rounded features. The public was confused. Were there two suspects? Was the sketch evolving as new information came to light? Or was there something more sinister at play, perhaps more than one perpetrator? As time dragged on, the case grew colder, but the fire for justice remained burning within the community. Abby and Libby's families became vocal advocates for finding the killer, attending press conferences, giving interviews, and urging anyone with information to come forward. Their lives had been shattered, but they clung to the hope that someday, the person responsible for this nightmare would be brought to justice. For years, there were no major breaks in the case, but it was never forgotten. Delphi remained on edge, haunted by the knowledge that the person responsible for the horrific crime might still be out there, walking among them. The man in the photograph became a ghost, a haunting figure that seemed to mock the community with his anonymity. Everyone wanted to know, how could someone commit such a brutal act and simply vanish? Then, in a stunning turn of events, in October 2022, an arrest was finally made.
I am proud to report to you that an arrest has been made. This is really important. While I know you are all expecting final details today concerning this arrest, today is not that day.
Richard Allen, a local resident who had lived in Delphi for years, was charged with the murders of Libby and Abby. The arrest sent shockwaves through the community once again. Allen had been living quietly, blending in with the everyday life of Delphi. He worked at a local CVS as a pharmacy technician. To think that he had been hiding in plain sight was a chilling realization for the town. But the arrest brought more questions than answers. How had Allen evaded capture for so long? What new evidence had led to his arrest? And most importantly, was he truly the man responsible for this heinous act? As the investigation into Allen unfolded, disturbing new allegations came to light. His defense claimed that the police had overlooked other suspects, including people involved in alleged ritualistic killings. The twists and turns of the case grew more complex, and the upcoming trial promised to reveal even more shocking details. Allen's trial is set to be one of the most anticipated criminal trials in recent history. The prosecution is confident in their case, but the defense is determined to challenge every piece of evidence. With rumors swirling about cults, conspiracy theories, and potential accomplices, the trial could become a spectacle of national interest. For the families of Libby and Abby, it's a chance for justice, but also a reminder of the long and painful journey they've endured. They have waited years for answers, but with so many twists and turns, the question remains. Will the trial provide the closure they seek, or will it open even darker chapters in the case? For the people of Delphi, the haunting image of the man on the bridge and the eerie audio of "Down the Hill" have become part of the town's tragic history. As the trial looms and the search for truth continues, one thing is certain. The Delphi murders have left a scar that will never fully heal, and the mystery that began on that cold February day is far from over. Whether Richard Allen is the true perpetrator or just one part of a larger conspiracy, the answers still remain locked away, waiting to be revealed in a courtroom that will soon become the stage for the final chapter of this chilling story.